Welcome to Steeped in Tradition, a serene exploration into the timeless ritual of tea. Chapter 1, The Art of Tea, an Introduction, invites you to immerse yourself in the delicate dance of tea ceremonies, a tradition rooted not only in hospitality but also in philosophy, history, and meditation. As we travel through gentle, flowing landscapes and pastures enriched with the heritage of years, allow the soft, soothing music and our tranquil narrative to carry you into a world of peace and relaxation. The story of tea begins in ancient China. Credited as the birthplace of tea cultivation and consumption, legend whispers of an emperor, Shen Nong, who discovered tea when leaves from a wild tree blew into his pot of boiling water, revealing not just a delightful flavor, but also medicinal properties. Over centuries, tea evolved from a simple drink to an elaborate cultural cornerstone. Our journey takes us to mist-covered mountains and into the serenity of tea houses where the air is thick with the scent of brewed leaves. Intricately carved teapots and delicate cups line the shelves, each item telling its own silent story of gatherings, whispers, and moments of introspection. The chapter further unfolds as we cross the seas to Japan, where the tea ceremony, or chanoyu, takes a more spiritual and disciplined form. Here, every movement is precise, every gesture deliberate, a manifestation of beauty and simplicity. This art form is not merely about drinking tea, but about the pursuit of spiritual clarity and purity. As the narrative draws to a close, the night deepens and the stars begin to blanket the sky. The calming sounds of nature and the gentle clink of ceramics deepen your sense of tranquility, preparing you for a restful sleep. Each sip of this story promises to steep your senses in the rich, soothing essence of tea, echoing the calmness that this venerable beverage brings to the soul. In Chapter 2, Origins of Ritual, Ancient China, we trace the serene beginnings of tea ceremonies back to the emerald expanses of ancient China. Imagine a landscape draped in mist, where mountain peaks whisper to the skies and verdant fields stretch out like a lush carpet beneath the heavens. In this tranquil scene, the art of tea begins its storied journey. Centuries ago, Buddhist monks harnessed the subtle power of brewed tea, not solely for its flavor, but as a pathway to meditation and mindfulness. The practice merged simplicity with an acute awareness of the moment, embodying a philosophy where every action, no matter how small, was an opportunity for spiritual clarity and calm. Visualize the slow, deliberate motions of these early tea masters, each movement a testament to their deep reverence for nature and the nurturing bounty it provided. The pouring of water over delicate leaves released more than just the soothing aromas. It was a symbolic act of purity, of letting go of the external turmoil and embracing serenity. As we delve deeper into this ancient tradition, envisage the evolution of the tea ritual into a communal ceremony, an occasion to foster bonds among guests and a celebration of harmony and respect. This was not just about sipping a brew. It was a spiritual communion, rooted in the principles of Taoism and the quest for a balanced existence. Let the gentle clinking of porcelain and the soft rustle of silk transport you back to this age of enlightenment, where every sip of tea was a step toward inner peace. In these moments, as you drift closer to the whispers of the past, allow the ancient wisdom of the Chinese tea ceremony to envelop you in its warm embrace, guiding you gently towards a restful slumber. As we venture further into our serene journey and steeped in tradition, let us gracefully transition from the ancient tea rituals of China to the tranquil shores of Japan. In Chapter 3, titled Grace and Ceremony, the Japanese Way, we find ourselves enveloped in the delicate and purposeful world of the Japanese tea ceremony, also known as chanoyu. Imagine stepping into a tranquil tea room where every movement and item holds meaning, where the dance of grace and mindfulness unfolds. The story unfolds in a peaceful garden setting, perhaps in the heart of Kyoto, where the sounds of a gentle stream blend with the rustle of leaves, creating a symphony of natural calm. Here, the tea master, dressed in a kimono, welcomes you with a respectful bow, an invitation to leave behind the external world and enter a realm of spiritual refinement and beauty. As the ceremony begins, notice how each gesture by the tea master is measured and exact, a harmonious ballet of precise movements that have been handed down through generations. The cleansing of the bamboo whisk, the scooping of the vibrant green matcha, and the stirring of hot water in the cherished bowl are more than mere steps. They are acts of meditation and a display of hospitality and respect. The soft narrative invites listeners to reflect on the symbolism imbued in this ritual, from the choice of the tea bowl to the arrangement of flowers and scrolls in the alcove, each element thoughtfully selected to reflect the season and the subtle emotions of the host. As you sip the freshly prepared matcha, its bitter yet invigorating taste gently nudges you towards a state of relaxed alertness, a perfect prelude to restful slumber. The chapter closes as the ceremony concludes with a silent bow, an eloquent expression of gratitude and interconnectedness. In Grace and Ceremony, the Japanese Way, we not only witness a time-honored tradition, but also embrace a philosophy of living with cultivativeness and composure, a soothing end to another chapter in our journey through the art of tea. As we continue our serene voyage through the world of tea traditions steeped in tradition, let us gently drift southward to the verdant landscapes of India. Here, amidst the whispers of expansive tea gardens, the tradition of tea is both a daily pleasure and a sacred ceremony. In the soothing embrace of dawn, the hills of Assam and Darjeeling are bathed in a soft golden light. Teeming with lush greenery, these regions are celebrated for their rich, malty teas that have a story to tell. A story that begins with the delicate plucking of tea leaves at the break of day. Imagine, if you will, the sound of wispy leaves rustling in the cool morning breeze as experienced tea pickers move gracefully through the rows of tea bushes. Each leaf is carefully chosen, destined to bring warmth and rejuvenation. As we delve deeper into the Indian tea tradition, we find chai, a robust concoction that marries the pungency of spices like cardamom, cloves, ginger, and cinnamon with the strong essence of black tea. Picture a small, bustling street corner where a chaiwala masterfully prepares this beloved brew. With each pour from a great height, the aromatic spices mingle in the air, inviting passers-by to partake in this communal experience. In moments of reflection, let the hypnotic cadence of this preparation lull you into a state of deep relaxation. Feel the warmth of the spiced tea as it is passed from hand to hand, a symbol of hospitality and unity. As night falls and stars scatter across the sky, the narrative of Indian tea is softly whispered in the cool night air. It tells of connection, of culture, and the quiet joy of shared moments. India's tea traditions are a testament to the timeless ritual of slowing down, of savoring the flavor steeped not just in water, but in centuries of tradition. Let these stories steep deep within you as you drift further into a peaceful slumber, embraced by the warm, spiced scents of India. In Chapter 5, titled The Moroccan Mint Flavors of the Maghreb, the narrative gently unfolds amidst the aromatic alleys of Morocco's vibrant souks. As you immerse in the soothing rhythm of our story, envision yourself walking through the bustling Medina of Marrakesh, where the scent of fresh mint mingles with a palette of exotic spices carried on a warm breeze. Here, the ancient tradition of mint tea, not merely a drink but a ceremonial gesture of hospitality and friendship, is woven deeply into the fabric of daily life. The preparation of this iconic beverage is itself an art form, cultivated through generations. Picture a silvery teapot, its surfaces intricately embossed, catching the soft light of the afternoon sun. The tea master, with skilled hands, combines verdant leaves of mint with green tea and boiling water, a ritual performed with graceful deliberation. Listen to the faint whisper of the boiling kettle, a prelude to the pouring ceremony that follows. The tea is poured from a height to create a delicate foam on the cup's surface, signifying not only the tea's vigor but also the mastery of the pourer. As the narrative tempo slows, the music's tranquil notes blend seamlessly with the story, guiding you further into a state of relaxation. You are invited to observe the interactions around the tea, the conversations that flow, and the connections that deepen, all encapsulated in the sharing of a simple cup of tea. Reflect on the resonant calm that tea brings to the hustle of the market day, offering a momentary refuge, a breath to recenter. Steeped in tradition invites you to linger in this serene scenario, letting the gentle clinks of glasses and the murmur of hushed tones lull you towards restful repose. As the chapter closes, carry with you the essence of Moroccan tea culture, a testament to the power of tradition and the quiet it bestows amidst the chaos of life. As the gentle strums of a balalaika fill the air, Chapter 6 transports us to the frost-kissed realms of Russia, where the tradition of tea brewing and drinking is as warming as the embrace of an old friend. Under the samovar, Russian tea customs unfolds beneath the cozy glow of a samovar's fire, a key symbol in Russia's communal tea experiences. As we visualize the shimmering metal of the samovar, picture it gently steaming in a snug Russian izba, or cottage, as families gather closely around. The samovar, not merely a tool but a centerpiece of social and familial unity, stands proudly, emanating warmth and the promise of a relaxed gathering. The deeply rooted tea culture here is infused with simplicity and sincerity. Imagine the love and laughter shared over a pot of freshly brewed tea, a scene that has repeated through generations. The Russian tea ceremony is less rigid than its Eastern counterparts, prioritizing comfort, connection, and conversation over ceremony. Fragrances of zavarka, a strong tea concentrate, blend with the woody scents of the fire, while tea is diluted to each person's taste, creating a unique and personal experience. As the story progresses, the soft crinkle of tea leaves unfurling in boiling water syncs with the narrator's hypnotic voice, guiding listeners through a serene journey. Imagine holding a podstakhanic, a distinctive glass holder, feeling the heat radiate through the ornate metal, observing as the color of the tea changes with each thoughtful addition of water. As the story nears its end, the soothing melody of the balalaika invites listeners to reflect on how this warm, inviting ritual might feel in their own hands. The taste of the bold, comforting brew symbolizing a universal moment of peace. As eyelids grow heavy, the narrative of Russian tea customs offers a beautiful, tranquil conclusion to the evening, setting the perfect stage for a night of peaceful sleep. Chapter 7. English Elegance, a Afternoon Affair. As the pages of our tea tale turn, we are gently whisked away from the far reaches of Asia to the verdant landscapes of England. Here, amidst the soft rustle of leaves and the distant chime of church bells, a different kind of tea ceremony unfolds, one steeped in politeness and poise. Picture Victorian ladies adorned in their finery, hats graciously tipped to the afternoon sun, congregating in the rose-scented gardens. The air is filled with a gentle buzz of conversation, a perfect complement to the clink of china and the quiet stirring of teaspoons. This, dear listener, is the English tea tradition. An affair that starts with selecting the finest leaves, often from distant lands of India or Ceylon, entailing a journey of both risk and discovery. The boiling kettle, with its steady steam, heralds the moment of infusion. As the brew steeps, the essence of the leaves gradually unfurls, each variety bringing its own color, aroma, and flavor to the delicate china cups. These moments are not hurried. They are savored, mirroring the very pace of the society that cherishes this ritual. Layered with the tea is a spread of delectable treats, the crustless sandwiches, the scones with clotted cream and jam, the array of small, delicate cakes. Each bite is a testament to the meticulous care and cultural appreciation of the genteel hosts. As the story of tea in England unfolds, one cannot help but notice how this simple beverage became a cornerstone of social etiquette, one delicate sip at a time. The English afternoon tea, much like the ancient ceremonies of Asia, offers more than just a cup of tea. It offers a pause, a moment of tranquility, a breath of connection. So as the soft, soothing music plays on, let this beautiful tradition steep in your mind like a good brew, inviting peace and relaxation, preparing you for a serene slumber. Chapter 8. The Turkish Connection, a Tale of Two Continents. Delve into the mesmerizing nexus between Asia and Europe, where the storied Bosphorus whispers secrets of centuries to those who listen. As gentle waves lap against the twilight-tinged shores of Istanbul, we unfold the rich heritage of Turkish tea culture, a harmonious blend of hospitality and tradition. Picture a modest tea garden, its verdant foliage swaying softly under the weight of the evening breeze, as crystalline sounds of a saz fill the air. We journey back to the 15th century caravans that bore the first leaves of tea from the distant lands of China, through the Silk Road's arduous paths to the opulent cups of the Ottoman court. Here, the ritual of tea transcends mere beverage. It becomes a poetic symbol of connection and continuity. With each sip, tradition flows through generations, binding together friends and strangers in a warm embrace. As the sky deepens into a richer shade of twilight, each pour from the tulip-shaped glass reminds us of the delicate union between past and present, land and sea, quiet solitude and joyful communion. Visualize these scenes. Small groups gathered around low wooden tables, their conversations a soft hum harmonizing with the seagull cries overhead. The air is fragrant with the aroma of black tea, mingling with scents of freshly baked simmet and roasted chestnuts. As night ascends, the day's fatigue dissolves in the steam rising from the cups, crafting a perfect prelude to dreams. In this episode of Steeped in Tradition, let the comforting continuity of Turkish tea culture echo like a lullaby, easing you into a serene state of mind and preparing your heart for restful slumber. Nestled deep within the folds of the majestic Himalayas, Chapter 9 transports us to the serene landscapes of Tibet, where the art of tea brewing and drinking transcends mere refreshment and becomes a meditative practice. As we traverse these high altitudes, a quiet narrative unfolds, introducing the ancient Tibetan tea practices that have soothed souls for centuries. In this chapter, we journey to a secluded monastery where the air is crisp and the mind finds clarity. Here, the monks engage in the ritualistic preparation of butter tea, a vital part of Tibetan daily life. The process is slow, almost hypnotic. The tea leaves are carefully selected, then boiled for hours, releasing a rich, deep flavor that is both earthy and invigorating. Yak butter and salt are then churned into the potent brew, transforming it into a nourishing elixir that warms the body and spirit against the harsh Himalayan cold. As the story unfolds, the gentle clink of churning wooden tools blends with the soft chants of the monks, creating a symphony of simplicity and devotion. This chapter allows you to observe the mindful patience required in each step of the tea-making process, inviting you to slow down and breathe in the peace that surrounds these ancient practices. Imagine the rough-hewn wooden tables, the flickering butter lamps casting soft shadows on the walls, and the communal sense of sharing this vital drink. The narration guides us through these visuals, encouraging a deeper connection with the moment and a profound appreciation for this ritual that supports both physical sustenance and spiritual solace. As we conclude this chapter, the story leaves us with a lingering sense of tranquility, having shared in the sacred simplicity of Tibetan tea rituals. Let the memory of this journey steep within you as you carry its calm into the world beyond the mountains. As we pour ourselves into the 10th chapter of our serene nighttime tale, steeped in tradition, we embrace the soothing currents of modern tea movements, witnessing how ancient rituals have blossomed anew in contemporary life. In this chapter titled Rebirth and Reflection, Modern Tea Movements, we trace the delicate traces of tea leaves through the waters of time, emerging as a transformed yet timeless tradition. As the gentle strains of music envelop us in their soft embrace, let us explore how tea continues to steep itself into the fabric of our daily lives, infused with both innovation and reverence. In recent years, the ancient practices have been rediscovering themselves. Urban tea rooms have begun to dot the landscape, offering oases of tranquility amidst the clamor of city life. Here, the ceremony is both an art and a refuge, an escapade from the frenetic pace of everyday existence into the slow rhythms of ritual and reflection. These modern sanctuaries blend traditional methods with new influences, creating spaces where diversity of culture and contemporary design brew together in harmony. Moreover, tea has also found a new role in social movements, embodying ideals of sustainability and mindfulness. Organic farms and fair trade practices have become increasingly prevalent, emphasizing the connection between the cup in our hands and the earth from which it springs. Through these movements, tea drinkers become part of a larger conversation about environmental stewardship and ethical consumption, sipping on brews that not only taste good but also do good. Finally, as we reflect upon these modern tea movements, we recognize that the core of tea ceremony, the call to pause, to gather, to share, and to reflect, remains unchanged. It is this enduring invitation to commune quietly with others and with oneself that continues to endear tea to new generations. In the soft fade of our narration, let the last notes of calming music usher you into a peaceful slumber, wrapped in the warm embrace of tradition and tranquility.